Good day, welcome to Today's Teen with Trish, and I'm your host for today. Today we'll be talking about sex education, and with me I have Loretta and Deji. Hi Loretta.
Hello Trish, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. You look so beautiful. Okay, so Deji, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you, Trish.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to be talking about sex education from the teen and the young adult aspect. So what is sex education to you, Loretta?
To me,
Yeah.
it's not different from what it is to every
Really?
person.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I think sex education is basically a general information about, sexual activities as it relates to human development. It can be social, psychological, physical, and even political.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think it is?
Pretty much the same answer that she gave, just information in a holistic sense about sex. So not just the act itself,
Okay.
but then everything about it, so like the mental aspect as well as the effects of different forms and things of that nature.
Okay. Okay, so who are the people, what do you think about educating sex education to teenagers and young adults? Who are the people that are meant to handle it? Your parents or from your school?
You want to take that?
I'll go first then. I think definitely it starts with the parents.
Okay.
Simply because you're your child's first teacher.
Okay.
They learn their first couple things from you, their first couple words, all those things. And they feel more comfortable with you in general, so it starts with the parents.
Okay.
But then I think there's also a gap. Your parents can only do so much.
Yeah.
Therefore, I think someone else has to fill that gap, and that's to me is the responsibility of the school.
Yeah.
So the school has to be the one bridging the gap where the parents cannot.
Yeah, Loretta, what do you think?
Yes, very much like what Deji has said. I think it is a responsibility of both the parents and the school. Of course, ascribed to the parents first, because that is the foundation of a person's life. Now, like they say, it takes a village to train a child.
Yeah.
So a parent is supposed to basically create a foundation of sexual education to a child, and then when a child goes to school, you can now explore other ideas that sexual education covers. So there's really no splitting hairs, because just as Deji said, there are limitations to how far the schools can go and how far the parents can go.
Okay.
So I think they need each other.
At a point, but then parents should be the ones to start it.
Definitely.
But there has been this issue of African parents, especially having this thing to like talk to your teenager or your young adult about sex education. And it's meant to be, like, according to what you guys said, it's meant to be the parents. What would you say, or how can we address this issue about parents not being too uncomfortable talking to their teenagers about sex? Because it's meant to be that way, but in some homes it's actually not.
You can't dodge it.
Okay.
We're in Africa. We're in Nigeria, to be precise.
Okay.
It's our culture. You can't just, hey, sit down, sex, let's talk. We don't roll that way. So I think with time, in this generation, things have changed. People are getting more comfortable talking about sex. But I think it's a gradual process.
Okay.
For some reason, African parents are uncomfortable, going broad on this idea, because to them, in their head, their parents did not, of course, train them in that light.
Yeah.
So of course, it's a strange ground for them. So I think that the parents mostly are supposed to take the child in a process of sexual education.
Okay.
It's not a rush. It's not a fuss. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so Deji, what do you think about it?
I think the parents definitely need to work better in terms of they need to be more courageous in approaching this thing.
Yeah.
Because when you don't educate your child on sex, they learn from somewhere else, and you're leaving a lot to chance with that. So parents actually need to work better. It doesn't matter what the culture is. You as a parent you have to sit down your child
and have time
to do that as well.
Yeah.
Adding to what he's just said, I think it's the perception of what our parents think about sex.
Okay.
They see it as sex.
They're not meant to know about that. Like, why are they knowing about that?
This hidden dark stuff.
Yeah.
It's an expression.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, we have to understand what we're expressing. So I think if we communicate, we learn to communicate better with, youths and children. Of course, now you have kids asking questions.
Yeah.
Kids as young as 4.
5, 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, so we just have to be ready for it and not close ourselves to,
parents,
what we
right?
used to. Yes, definitely.
Okay, so another question basically. So Deji, how influential and present do you think sex education is in secondary schools and higher institutions?
How influential?
Yeah.
In terms of like developing the child?
Like how do you think they teach sex education?
It's virtually non-existent.
Really?
Honestly, to me, and I can't really speak for too many people, I can only speak for myself.
Yeah.
I know the children I've spoken to about these types of things. I was one of the lucky ones when growing up. I actually had sex education. But other people didn't have that same experience. I can name countless numbers of friends who never had that.
Okay.
So I think schools definitely need to do way more.
Yeah,
way
right?
more.
Okay. Loretta, what do you think?
You did.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, so standing from the point of view as an African, I know that, well, it's a complex situation.
Okay.
You have to tackle it with a bit of, is the word maturity? No.
Okay.
You have to tackle it with a bit of sensitivity.
In secondary schools?
Yeah, even in secondary schools.
Okay.
In as much as you want to show them, hey, this is how sex works. But you want to make sure what we're driving at is making them understand how it works.
Yeah.
Not as to the physical way it works.
Yeah, because the thing is, teenagers need to be aware of these things. Yeah, because the high rate of teen pregnancy and then losing their purity and they don't even know what it means.
Exactly, the consequences.
Yes,
the effects. So it's not just about the action. You cannot take out the action without talking about the consequences and effects.
Yeah.
So they all come together. So what we should be discussing with our kids, why even in the first place they should know about this, is because of the consequences, of course, which would affect the society and affect us. Do you understand?
Yeah. Okay, so one last one. What would you advise? Tomorrow we're all looking forward to being leaders, leading the country and all that. What would you advise as a female and a male? What would you advise parents that find it very uncomfortable to talk about sex to their children? Because coming from your view, you both believe that they should be the foundations of sex education. What would you advise some parents to do? Some parents that have this challenge of talking about sex to their children.
I say practice.
Practice, okay.
Literally visualize yourself telling your children, this is how this works and this is how it goes. And in yourself, feel like you're not about to get embarrassed. You have to. I've said it before, it's not something you can shy away from. And you literally have to sit your child down and say, I'm the adult. Wherever the situation is, whether they're giggling, whatever it has to be, you have to deal with that.
Okay.
Practice, speak to people about it. If you have to ask about how other people did it to their children, do all that, but do as much as you can. Don't just don't leave it to chance. That's what I keep saying. Don't leave it to chance.
Okay.
Definitely.
Loretta, what do you think?
I think everything is centered around educating themselves about it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because most parents don't even know what to talk about.
Okay.
True.
Okay, so parents should educate themselves.
Themselves. So
good point.
they need to get out there, get books, read about it, learn about it. Like he said, ask people, know what is really going on. And you now understand how to tackle, a conversation with an adult because they have questions. So you go out to ask, sex is not good, and they're like, why? And you're like, well,
you don't know the follow-up question.
No, the pressure is there. You can't express yourself because you don't know how to, go about it.
Yeah.
Of course, you're talking to teenagers.
Yeah.
So, I think you should expose yourself to knowledge of sex education as it is.
Okay. Thank you so much for your honest opinions, Loretta and Deji. It was amazing talking to you.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much. So, till next time, thank you so much, guys. And that's all we have on sex education. Bye.
Okay, please speak.
I should speak.
Yeah, you should speak.
Alright. Hello, Dickie.
How's it going?
It's good to see you. I love your shoes.
Claude, it's true, no. It's true, no. And then always singing very theatric.
But I think I like the acting. I think it comes out natural more than Hollywood.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe that.
And the music part takes people off.
It does.
It does.
My name is Trish. Welcome to Dating.